Okay, so we're gonna go make an account on InfinityFree.net. And again, it's just a free version that I checked out that it looks like it actually is free to the degree that we need it to be, and it'll work out. If you find something different, then by all means, you don't have to use InfinityFree.net, but it's just a good example of what a hosting site's gonna kind of look like. So I'm gonna go there to InfinityFree.net. There's a client area, that's like the login, and then I'm logging in, like I mentioned, to my spam account, so you'll have to sign up, give it your email, and again, I recommend, especially for these kind of sites, just go make a throwaway account for a second and log in that way. Just make sure you remember the account. That's why I just put my regular email and then threw something at the end of it, so I'm going to remember it more. You're going to end up getting to a page like this to make accounts. You can have apparently 3 of them. So I'm just going to go through this here. So I'm going to create an account, and then it puts it right on to what we talked about in the other video, your subdomain. So this would be, what you think your website's going to actually be called. But then it's really that as a subdomain, and then one of these .com or .net, whatever. So these are their actual domains that they have to use. You're piggybacking on that as a free subdomain. Greatsite.net, that looks good. So we need to search it because they might have a subdomain that already exists, but looks like we're good. It's going to generate an account for that specific domain and stuff for me. And it actually looks like it randomly generates it. So, I'm going to leave that blank and see what happens. Okay, we'll create an account, and then there we are. So let's open up the control panel and see what that does. Right away, apparently that's my username for this account. They want to send me emails, so that's why I said make a throwaway account to notify you of offers and other important emails. It's free for a reason, right? So I'm sure they'll send me an email every day. And again, if that's the case, I know REPL isn't that bad. Just go ahead and use REPL, or go unsubscribe from their emails. They're legally supposed to stop sending you emails if you go unsubscribe. However, sometimes it's not the case. Okay, this is why I like this site. This is a good look at what cPanel looks like. This is basically what you would get if you were to purchase it from GoDaddy or Bluehost and all that with site management. There's a ton of stuff in here. You could set up, who could access your site. FTP accounts, that's a big go-to there. I use FileZilla to access my website. I don't go into a web browser like this to deal with sites. I just log in to my website remotely using SFTP, and just like that, I'm inside of my website, and I can actually just pull files in wherever they need to be. And that's how you can do the same thing with an FTP account. PHP in my admin, that's your database stuff. Like I mentioned, like this would be the first go-to to try and get PHP set up. I've been cursed on PHP. I never have any good luck getting PHP to run. I've tried it a few times. I need to go through a tutorial and stop just half doing it and try and sit down and learn it. But that's the cursive programming language in my opinion. But it's been around forever. It's like a cornerstone of database, and I just have trouble with it. But you do have the option for that. You got different domains, subdomains. That's if you're going to pay for this kind of stuff. If you ever consider putting any money into something like this, I wouldn't go with a random website. Go get a legitimate one. Your uptime's going to be better. As much as I like helping the little guys, I would at least go with Bluehost if you're going to give any money to somebody, because you want to make sure that you're getting a decent company. So this is good for free stuff. Let's see what the client area looks like. So it really just tells us a bunch of random stuff. Main domain. Apparently that is that my website? Let's open that up. That looks like my site. So there's your reason right there. That's my actual, I wonder if I can change that in the settings, but that's the website address. So you can see how, why why that's free, right? So let's throw something in here. I'm going to we'll just open up Notepad here. I'm not even going to worry about all the extra bits. You'll be putting files in here, but let's just make sure that something here works, right? So maybe I'll do a heading 1 tag. Pretty fitting that we'll do a hello world. Jeez, H1. Man, that's pretty rough when I can't do a closing heading tag. Okay, super simple. Right, and that's totally fine if you just want to do that, and as long as I can see it, that's the point here. You will need to save this as index. This is like the reason why you do index. Sites like this, browsers search for the index keyword, and that's what they're going to assume is your home page. If I'm going to do this from the browser, we would go to Online File Manager. We have this. And apparently it says do not upload files here. So let's take a look at what that says. Does it say anything else? Nope, it just warns me not to do that. So I'm gonna probably need to go into htdocs. File serves I should be uploaded here. So that's nifty that they at least give us some advice. I'm gonna get rid of whatever that is. Let's hit the trash on that. And then let's upload our index file amongst all my other random stuff. Okay, index is in. So if looks like my main domain's over on the right here, I definitely probably want to bookmark that. So it's not updating. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's just gonna take a second. It's not gonna be as responsive. You buy a hosting service from another company like Bluehost, it's pretty immediate, but that's going to be my guess that it's just going to take a second. So while I'm waiting for this one, I'm going to pause this and we'll go do REPL, and then I'll come back to this. Okay, so back on my Infinity site. That might be my reason. Website for Edner's site, that great site. And let's try that domain instead. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, there it is. That's why. So, big yellow banner that I probably should have read. Can take up to 72 hours for a new domain to start working everywhere. So, I guess I gotta wait. So, I mean, that's the reason. Go do REPL, I suppose. Again, I really do want you to get into this site though, because like we saw, it has all those different features and whatnot. So I guess we'll play the waiting game on here. If there's an update, I'll add it to the end of this video. It's the next day. You can tell because my polo is slightly different, and my site seems like it works. My hello world shows up. That's the main point. When you submit this website and the REPL one, I just need the URL. Even if that's not working at the moment, just send it to me. By the time I go look at it, it'll probably be up and running. So you can still do everything that you need to do. Send me the address that it should be once it starts going. REPL will be immediate. But again, although REPL has its cool stuff, it's really not as official of a web hosting provider as something like that InfinityFree. Those different tools, those different features, you can do all the FTP stuff, you can see the file manager. That's more about what a hosting site's going to look like. So I'll leave it up to you for most of these projects. If it's able to go on REPL and that's easier and you like that better, that's fine. I don't know what the amount of projects you are able to do on REPL. They'll probably limit you after some point. So just keep that in mind. You might need to end up going to InfinityFree or Infinity whatever anyway, so that you can get all your projects loaded up when I ask you to host them somewhere.